Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the Michigan Professional State Championships. This is our FPO Feature Card coverage here at Hamcmond Hills Disc Golf Course. And I am Zach O'Hara on the commentator's mic with Ceci Vollbrecht. How are we doing?
Pretty good. Excited for a back nine. That's going to be exciting.
If you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, hit that notification bell when we have more coverage available for you to watch. Taking a look here at the front nine, Lindsey's leading our card right now at even, only the one bogey on the last hole on 9. Alexis and Alecia just a little bit behind that pace at +2, and Audrey's had some nasty rollaways, some tough breaks. She's currently at +6, but we have a few birdie opportunities here at the very beginning here on hole 10, and at the end of this 18, in the middle gets really, really tough. So we're hoping to get a par here or better on hole 10, 264 downhill. Really just got to miss all the plinko trees. That's the goal.
Yep, miss the trees. It's just easy. Just do that.
It's not easy, by the way. you say that out loud, but that's not easy.
And we do have a slightly elevated basket at the end, just up on a little mound, but it seems to be a theme for the day. If it's on catcher's edge, it can roll off there.
Audrey with a nice line there, scoots right past the basket. She'll have a comeback putt for her birdie. This is snaking, needs to get around. Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Also is going to be deep into the circle's edge for Lindsey.
Here's Alecia with her tee shot.
And I think that's a fine landing zone. If you're not going to get into the basket, if you leak out left, it makes the approach fairly straightforward. You don't have to over panic or do anything about that. So we'll see if Alecia decides to run this. She is trying to go for it, but stays at the, how far away would you say the edge of the mound there is? 10 feet?
About 10 feet.
Not even?
You feel fairly confident still from the edge of the mound.
Here's Audrey now. Oh, tickles. Great effort. She's going to have this as her comeback putt now. Oh, no. It pushes out right side again. See if she can get the next one to go as we have Alecia get her par save in.
Audrey in for the bogey. Alexis tapping in her par. And Lindsey will tap in her par as well.
So we're going to move on to hole 11, par 4, 444 feet. We love symmetry, right? This one's been cleaned up a little bit as well. You can see the bushes on the right and left have been trimmed up quite a bit, so it's easier to scramble from there. But what makes this hole tough?
Well, our FPO committers are trying to just get as far up the hill as they can off the drive, but you can't really see the basket for your follow-up shot. And so you have to know how to trust it and let your next shot fade down to the basket. And hopefully give yourself a look for a birdie, but that second shot is really hard. Yeah,
even if you're on top of the hill, you probably can't see the basket. There's no flag on it, which it's also on a slanted hill, no way. And there is OB behind the basket. You kind of have to get unlucky to get to it, in my opinion. The fence really prevents any real rollaways from going OB. But, yeah, the second shot, you're right, is the toughest part. You just got to make sure it's control the distance on a blind shot. Try to not get the rollaway. Give yourself at least a chance at a putt.
Yep. This tee shot, we're really just trying to get as far up the hill as possible. That's going to give you a better look, especially now that they've cleaned those bushes up. It's not as worrying that you're going to land in one of them.
Yeah.
Lindsey's definitely farther down on the hill than you want to be. She caught some leaves on the way out.
How far away from the basket is she from there? Probably 340?
Yeah,
more.
Pretty far still.
It's very similar to 7, where if you land at the bottom of the hill, you just gain 0 distance because you're throwing so far uphill.
Right. There we go. Audrey had a good look from there. You can't come in too high because, like we saw, she catches some of the leaves up top.
Alexis matching the line. Now this needs a sit. And
that's a tough putt.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any gaps from that position. She probably was hoping, she can't tell, but she probably was hoping now that it stopped right at the front edge of it. I really like this. A little softer,
Yep.
stays in the circle. Great approach. And this is critical for Lindsey. You got to be able to get up and down from here. And that'll work.
In the circle.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's the word. Oof.
Oh.
Oh, it still almost gets it.
Yeah. Good run.
Great effort. Alecia now. Good
Nice putt.
Good birdie. Hey, we're going to hit a stretch of par 4s here on the course. And a par 5? I think there's a par 5 in there. I don't remember. We're going to... it's been a minute, okay? I'm editing a lot at home. I'm forgetting all the rounds now. But yeah, we have a pretty big stretch of par 4s on this course kind of coming up. And many of them are gettable, but require you to have perfect tee and or perfect approaches. 12 is a great example of that at 488. The tee shot is tighter than the approach, in my opinion. But the approach is very touchy. Like, you need 2 near perfect shots to get the birdie here. Where are you trying to land on the tee?
That sunny spot there is really the ideal spot to land for our FPO players. You want to get up where you're looking straight back at this basket, that you don't have to make it around a corner still on your second shot. So most of our ladies will be throwing something straight to stable. It was a little windy out, so you don't want to leak too far right. You'll end up in someone else's fairway. That's a little bit shorter than you want. You still have to get around up to and then around that corner, but middle of the fairway.
Yeah, if you're trying to save the par, if you're on top of the platform, right, that sunny spot, if you're up and level with the basket in 2, you can do it. So from that position, we see Audrey as well. You can get on top of that. There is, I'm going to say that with heavy quotation marks, you can't see me making that at home, an inside gap.
Yep.
But it's praying a lot that you don't hit something.
And Alexis was hoping that would fade out a little bit more. She's a little bit behind a tree, but up farther than the other 2.
Uh-oh. This needs to push through. Okay, doesn't get underneath anything, which is good. She's going to have a full swing trying to get on top of the hill for her second.
That's inside.
It is inside. Not sure what her angle will look like on the approach here. Yeah, you can see here from Alecia, there's inside if you want to get really kind of dummy aggressive, but this is a much smarter play.
Now she's set herself up well for the second shot.
Yep, smart play, just pitch. Okay, can we not? All right. I was like, smart play, roll away 40 feet. Please don't. Don't. She's already had enough. She probably had 150 feet of roll away already. Let's not do that anymore. Gets caught up on that throw. She's going to still be short.
So now we can throw back towards the basket, more of a straighter shot. Really nice throw by Audrey.
Yeah, fantastic on the right side. I think the left side's a little more open, but requires you to control the turnover or forehand. And I think that if you're more comfortable with the backhand, you have to kind of risk the plinko trees you have to deal with. But as long as you get past, you can see the big tree. There's that clump on the left.
Yep.
If you get past, though, it's pretty free to the basket after that.
Nice shot. I like that forehand play. Catches the tree at the very end, but that's a putt.
Yeah, good backstop.
Ending up just inside the circle.
And you'll take that. Give yourself an opportunity. Lindsey now from very far away, I would say even maybe outside circle 2.
Yeah, edge circle 2.
Can't sneak around past that tree that was a little invisible to me, actually, a minute. Thought that was the big tree. Nice.
There we go. Good putt.
Alecia has a very good score on the back 9 right now. As Lindsey falls just a little short on that putt. Alexis gets her par to go.
Audrey also in for her par.
That's going to move us over to hole 13. I think this is the one I thought in my head was a par 5. It's not. It's par 4, 599. First tee shot here. What's your falling down? What's your objective on the tee shot here?
You want to land somewhere right around where the camera is now in that wide open green space. That sets you up for your second shot through this narrower gap and up to
the hill.
The hill.
The anthill.
The whole hill at Hamcmond Hills. I know that hill has caused a lot of ladies stress this weekend.
I mean, the basket is sitting well elevated. Probably the basket is 10 feet. And there's no platform. So if you miss the putt, if you airball, it's going to be the same distance on the other side. If you hit the basket, it's 95% chance going to roll at least to the base of the hill, which sound like this is the only time where if someone told me I'm going to lay up to the base of this hill, I'd tell them not to, because the angle would be atrocious.
Yes.
Your angle in the basket would be so tiny for you to make that putt. Like, you almost want to be 20-25 because it opens up the best angle.
Right.
And then you're 20-25 feet away from a 10-foot basket. I don't want any of these things, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's a good drive. That's in the open space. A little shorter,
but in the open, you got to make it out of that gap. Alexis did not quite. And now she's getting down to really where you want to be off an ideal drive.
2 good shots here could save par, keep her par streak alive. Audrey leaks a little left, doing a little course maintenance, and is going to stay on the left side, but still pretty far advanced forward.
Mm-hmm. Lindsey was in a good spot off her drive there. Looking for some turn off this one.
Ooh, tree deflection,
Yeah.
short left. I forgot the direction. I was looking at catch angles, like, right, but that's not the right side of the fairway, it's the left. Oh, another one catching early. That's going to be outside circle 2. And so now you have the option, if you're close enough, do you think that it's a smart idea to try to lay up on the hill? Because that is a thing.
I think so.
Okay.
I think the putt from the bottom is so hard, it's worth it to try to lay up. And we'll see, right? There's better spots than others to try to lay up on the hill
the front
as well.
side. The front side is the shallowest on the hill, and and it's a little, I would say, sandier. What is your distance for you to say this is a run versus not even going to look at it, not going to consider it? I'm just going to put this on the hill.
I'm pretty much always trying to get it on the hill before I run it.
Okay. So if you're 20 feet away, you're not running it. For par, you're going to choose to lay up for the bogey. See, there's a distance in here. You just didn't want to tell me what it was.
See, but like where Alexis just landed, I'm laying up on the hill.
Okay, sure.
I've seen way too many people putt back and forth at this basket.
Yeah, Alicia's not even going to entertain it. Put it on the hill, 15 feet. Try to get a little more level with the basket.
Ooh.
Oh, big bounce. And there's the roll to circle's edge. And so and that's not a very easy position to roll up on, lay up on. She does have that little tree on the right side she can try to navigate. And she ran it. Tickles chains left, and she's going to be at the base of the hill on that side now. Alexis has the one tree in her way and couldn't capitalize around it.
Lindsey. Nice putt. Audrey's got probably the steepest side here, where if you're at the base, you're really putting way up.
No,
right?
More rolls.
Oh.
And this is what you warned about, right? This is where you can start getting back and forth. And, how many times do you feel comfortable laying up? How many times do you lay? I mean, she laid up once and got the roll, so might as well run it now. And then don't do it. Don't do it. So you know what I mean? If you do this twice in your head, you're probably thinking, well, what's the point? I might as well run it because if I make it, it ends.
Right, the layup might not even work, so.
And she's just get off the hole. Let's stop the bleeding. Gets on, and that's going to stay on the hill for her, thankfully. Alecia taps in hers.
Yep.
It's good par from Alecia. And Audrey, through the roller coaster of emotions, is going to tap that in. Unfortunate result, but this is what happens on the hole. It definitely is a possibility at any point. And she didn't even run everyone. She would lay it up 3 times, and
she was trying to just lay it up.
To lay it up, and the hole just wouldn't let her, unfortunately. Hole 14, par 4, 429. It's way downhill. It feels like it's gettable, but what's making it difficult to do it, Ceci?
This distance, right? You have to go push it straight and then fade left.
Way more than you think.
Yeah, like way left.
Like she's hitting that guardian tree short left, and that's not left enough.
Right. And so I feel like the ladies either get left enough or they don't get far enough.
Yeah,
and getting both of them is hard.
This is swing. Like this is good. Better distance, but avoiding that kind of left drink. And so a good point to make that there is several plinko trees on the left side. If you were able to get all the way left, you could put some stuff in your way. Mm-hmm. So you still need to push distance, because even if, like Audrey here isn't going to land short and right, but you have a clear swing to the basket from there on this par 4. So you get an opportunity to still get the birdie.
Right. You're hoping if you land there and you can trust your approaches, you can still get an easy 3.
Absolutely. And this is a great bounce back from the previous hole. Got a good hyzer in there, inside bullseye. Alexis matching as well.
Very nice.
Lindsey by the guardian tree. Gets herself in a circle. And yeah, as long as you don't put yourself in a bad spot. There's those 2 pine trees that the drone goes over originally. As long as you're past that, you should have a swing. The only way you go past the pine trees and go too far left is you get those trees that are behind Lindsey right now that could get in your way.
Yep. This is one of the holes, another one that the players would really like to birdie.
Yes.
This feels like a very doable 3.
Just beat the pine trees, approach, and looks like we're going to get a star frame, actually.
Nice.
Probably plays as one of the easier holes on the day. Tap in here from Alexis. That's going to move us on to hole 15, which is probably one of the harder holes on the day. At 385, a little downhill. The tough part is the approach. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ceci. Really, if your drive is inside the tree line, in the shade, that's what you want.
Yep.
A little left is better because it's a little more open. But if you're short of the wall of trees, that's where you can lead to disaster.
Right. It's really good to at least get one layer of trees out of your way that you don't have to get around.
That's it right there.
Right. That's fine.
You have a forehand approach. You even have a backhand if you want to risk that side. There's a small gap over there as well. And I don't hate this play either. Just throw it high into the tree line, try to push into it, and actually that gets pushed left enough that actually opens up a lane to the basket.
Yep. Alexis going a little lower with the turnover, gets caught in the bush, and she'll stay outside the trees. Have a tougher approach from there.
And this is going to leak too far right. Going to be underneath that bush. Oh, but the gap isn't too bad from here. Forgot there's a couple open gaps. This is moving up the fairway. Yep, into the circle. From that position, having anything in the circle is a pretty good shot. Alexis is going to try to match.
Oh.
That had some heat on it, right?
Yeah.
She's trying to throw that in.
She's ended up just outside the circle. A bunch of little trees between her and the basket. Nice approach by Lindsey.
Yeah, you want to make this as little stress of a 3 as possible. And this is going to make it into the circle as well for Alecia. You could just see how much easier it was for her to have a swing and not have a layer of trees that she has to deal with. And Alexis just spitting out there on the right side.
Audrey not quite saving her 3.
Off the left side of the basket for her. Has this short comeback putt. Taps in the bogey.
Lindsey in for her par. Par feels good on this hole. You're not expecting to get a birdie.
Definitely agree. Birdies were far and few between for MPO. I imagine very few people even get a look
Yeah.
at this one, so par is just fine. Moving on to hole 16, 347. What's the play?
I've seen a variety of plans for this. The basket is right there in front of you, but left and right, you have some pretty dense bushes, and you don't want to end up in them. So I see a lot of ladies lay up to the opening of the gap and then play for the 3 from there, and some go for it. We'll see what happens here. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Now, I think this one is one's reachable. I think you can get into Circle's Edge with a really good drive.
Definitely.
And I love how you pointed out that you have a little more dense off the fairway here, because they did a ton of work.
The course looked so good.
So great. They removed a ton of invasive stuff off the course for this event. However, almost all of it is specifically on the front 9. They did a lot of work on the back 9 too, but like as we come down this final stretch, most of this off fairway stuff has not been touched, either because it's not invasive and so they're leaving it alone, thank you, or because they just time-wise or whatever aren't getting to that part yet. So you're right. This off the fairway here on this final 3-hole stretch is Michigan-y off the fairway. It's rough.
Yeah, if you're off to the left particularly, you're not necessarily making it to the basket with your next shot. You might be pitching out.
Mm-hmm. Lindsey a little short on her approach. Audrey is going to sit right next to each other.
Also a little short.
Mm-hmm. And that's a little surprising because with the uphill, you just kind of chuck at it, right?
Yeah.
Because you can throw as fast as you want, thick grass.
Alexis didn't get too far into the rough there. Had a little forehand coming out.
Half toss up the hill. She's going to be by the basket. Should be a tap-in 3 for her. Putter's just off enough for Audrey today where she can't quite get the save she's looking for. She's been right there but can't quite get the saves.
Yep.
Lindsey gets hers to go, though. Alexis taking her time, making sure. Oh, no. Her leak's right, too. Alecia has done a fantastic job here on the back 9, actually keeping it under par.
That's a great back 9 so far.
Getting herself back to even. She's leading our card by 1 stroke as we move in the last 2. Par 4, hole 17 is a rough one. Ceci, what do you got to do?
You got to get through all these trees. Again, you're throwing across a smaller valley, and you want to land up somewhere in this space, right? And then make your approach to the basket around those lower limbs. Another one where our players should be able to get a 3.
Mm-hmm.
If they have good shots, you can definitely get the birdie on this hole.
The tee shot, I think, is way harder than the approach, especially if you have any kind of distance off the tee. The one thing I did notice that I think that people weren't utilizing enough is that there's no OB line left. There's nothing separating hole 16 and 17.
Yep.
And so this fairway shapes up as like you see Lindsey's trying to manipulate a disc to flip up and get into the gap and push. I don't think you need to. I think you could throw a straight hyzer left into 16's short fairway, and then you just have to throw a putter approach from that position. Now, am I wrong in that assumption? Is there guardians over there? It feels like that is a valid play as well.
No, I like that play. There's a couple smaller trees over there, but you can get around them. It's generally open, much more open than the right side. Let me see, there's a lot of branches that hang out on this right side. They just catch you and knock you down.
Yeah. You have to fight through so much. And being down this far where you see Lindsey, she can't see the basket. So now you're throwing a blind shot that she unfortunately hits one of those guardian trees early, which is going to take the birdie out of play. Yeah, I just like, as long as you're on top of the ridge and see the basket, you can get the birdie. Oh, nice shot here from Audrey.
That is a good shot.
Patent pending, gets into circle's edge at least, maybe probably circle 2, maybe shallow. Oh, this needs to swing. And it's not going to. Leaves that too far right. Not enough stability to swing quick enough. Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Kratos from Alexis, nearly throwing that in. Forehand pitch for Lindsey.
Yeah, good approach. Be under the basket.
Long look for Alecia. Probably just a layup there to get under the basket, move on.
I think so.
Giving it a bid. Leaves it out a little wide right. It's going to have that left for her comeback putt. Oh, maybe has obstructed ceiling here? Nope, never mind.
She made it.
Just on the cool person walk up to the basket, she had to dodge that little leaf. It wasn't in her way, I guess. Yeah, something's going on.
Couple pars here for the card.
It's going to move us on to our final hole, 299. Now, someone told me there's a gap on the right side. I think they're lying to me. That's just me. It looks like there's nothing but trees over there. Are you trying to throw the forehand there, or are you just trying to throw a backhand and shape it up this fairway?
I go with the backhand and shape it with the fairway. I'm not sure a lot of our players have the distance in the forehand to get all the way up there,
Right.
Whereas the backhand gives you the possibility at least. Alexis going for that right side gap.
Yeah.
It gets you 3/4 of the way, and then there's a lot of trees.
It's a difficult shot to shape with the backhand because you need your disc to move left on hyzer while flipping and then flip late to get really over to the right side.
Yeah.
I think it's actually smarter to throw something that's really, really straight on that left side of the tree edge and just try to punch it. Get yourself into circle.
Obviously, this is one where I think if you want the birdie, I would just push it straight and then make a big putt. It's not when you're going to get to 5 feet within the basket.
I'm wrong. There's a gap on the right side. Lindsey just hit it. I didn't see it still, but there it is. Welcome to Michigan. That's what that shot makes me feel like every time when I see someone throw. It's just the local route. It's like, yep, there it is right there.
Yep.
All right, Alexis, this is a little farther back. She got knocked down early. And unfortunately, he's going to get knocked down again. That is going to be outside circle.
There are just so many trees on that right side.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Audrey, short on the drive. Perfect approach. It's just a short tap in to finish out her round.
Alexis pitching up. She'll have the tap in from there.
Well, Lindsey did not react as if that was a very good bid, but it's going to stay close to the basket. And now Alecia with a chance to stay clean.
Ooh.
No, stop it. No.
We had to get one last roll in.
There's not even a hill. Like what? Her reaction is exactly what everyone should be right now. There's not even a hill here. Why are you rolling away?
No.
Oh, and it punishes her. Tickles on the right side. That's unfortunate.
That is still a really good back nine.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yeah, just unfortunate it ended up that way to have the Berdogi, right?
Yep.
But a couple tap-ins here. Gonna finish up our round. We're gonna take a look at leaderboards in just a second and our card overall. But Alecia and Lindsey really having a fairly decent back nine here, which I think is the harder of the two nines. Getting at least one birdie each of them and limiting their mistakes.
Yep.
Alexis having a few mistakes there in the final stretch, but still able to capture a couple of birdies. And Audrey, I mean, maybe the unluckiest round I've seen in a long time. Right, just unfortunate breaks left and right for her. And taking a look at leaderboard, Megan Dofel in second with 1 under, which is what we wanted. But Ember hitting all par fours, getting the birdies, which is doable. But you have to be perfect, and that was the combination.
That is quite a round.
So they're going to be joining us on lead card in the second round. If you're not part of our Patreon, consider joining. It's an easy way to support the channel. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do that as well. Ceci, we're going to see everyone in round 2.
Yeah, can't wait to see what happens.